A Sheridan police officer was shot and killed in the line of duty, and the suspect barricaded himself in a home, triggering an hours-long standoff with police. Representative Harriet Hageman will play a major role in the impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, and snow may finally come to northern Wyoming. We'll take a look at these stories and more today from Wyoming's largest news organization. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. The Sheridan Police Department reports with great sadness that one of its own, Sergeant Nevada Krinkey, was shot and killed Tuesday in the line of duty. Krinkey, a 6-year veteran of the department, was killed while attempting to serve a trespass warning on a male subject. He was taken to Sheridan Memorial Hospital, where he died of his injuries. The suspected shooter, identified as 46-year-old William Lowry, fled the scene and barricaded himself in a house, which prompted a standoff that triggered a neighborhood evacuation and put Sheridan Junior High School on lockdown. Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi reported from the scene of the standoff, which started around 3 p.m. inside a home near 6th Street and North Sheridan.
The standoff went on for hours. They had a large vehicle with a battering ram in the front trying to remove obstacles so they could get into the house where the suspect was held up. He did have an AR with him, and there were rumors, couldn't substantiate at the time, that he may have had a gas mask. So the several canisters of tear gas that they were sending into the building might have been ineffective.
Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland has more details.
Somewhere around 6 p.m., somebody inside the home shot toward police. There was one agent who was sitting on top of the Bearcat on the turret when the round popped, as he told it. And then after that, he got into the Bearcat with a couple other agents.
Political reporter Leah Wolfson said state and local leaders expressed shock and sadness at the news of the death of Sergeant Krinkey.
Governor Mark Gordon said he and First Lady Jenny Gordon expressed their deepest condolences and that all of Wyoming is mourning the loss of Nevada Krinkey.
As of 11 p.m. Tuesday, the suspect was still barricaded inside the home. Cowboy State Daily will continue to update this story. U.S. Representative Harriet Hageman will play an integral role in the effort to impeach Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas in the Senate. Shortly after the U.S. House voted to impeach the secretary, it was announced that the Wyoming Congresswoman will be a Senate trial manager if needed. That's according to Cowboy State Daily's Leah Wolfson.
Hageman was named one of the 11 impeachment managers by House Speaker Mike Johnson to kind of oversee and help assist with the effort to impeach Mayorkas over in the Senate. It should be noted that it is highly unlikely that the Senate will be impeaching Mayorkas, considering that a 2/3 vote is needed to impeach him, and the Senate has a Democrat majority.
No Democrats voted for the impeachment, and 3 Republicans, including outgoing Colorado Congressman Ken Buck, also voted against. I'll be back with more news right after this.
3 Crown Petroleum is a private oil and gas company that drills oil wells in Wyoming, adjacent states, and internationally. 3 Crown is actively looking to lease minerals for drilling or to buy minerals, royalty, or existing production within Wyoming. To learn more about 3 Crown, call or text Howard Cooper at 970-756-4747. Again, call or text Howard Cooper at 3 Crown Petroleum, 970-756-4747.
Winter might finally be coming to northern Wyoming. Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi reports that the approaching storm, which could bring more than a foot of snow in the western mountains, could bring much-needed moisture to parts of the Cowboy State that have been passed over by snow so far this winter.
This weather pattern that's coming in starting Wednesday afternoon and continuing through Friday is bringing the heavy snow that the northern part of Wyoming has been missing this whole season. So it's not going to be an intense winter storm, not like the storms we've had this past season, but it's going to be enough to start building up the snowpack to levels that are more where we want to see them at this time of year.
Meteorologist Don Day said the I-90 corridor from Rapid City, South Dakota through Sundance to Gillette will get a good amount of snow and cold, as will other northern Wyoming communities. And walking into a pastry shop and seeing a display case full of bees might give many folks a terrible start. But a popular social media video shows honeybees swarming inside a Krispy Kreme donut display case, while the store's workers and customers seem utterly unconcerned. And a Wyoming beekeeper told Cowboy State Daily's Mark Hines that it makes perfect sense.
They're after the sugar on the donuts. It's probably not really dangerous if you wanted to go in there. He said you could probably reach into that display case and grab a donut. You'd be just fine. You just brush the bees aside and grab yourself a donut. And as far as anything they leave behind on the donut, well, he said, he reminded us that honey is bee vomit anyway, so.
And that's today's news. Get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting the subscribe button on CowboyStateDaily.com. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.